Good afternoon, students. My name is Sudha Priya. I'm your subject faculty for your subject Principles of Management, BBA first year, first semester. Okay, and for this subject, you can actually buy the Rahul Publications 2019 to 2020 edition material, and it comprises of 5 different units. So, this Principles of Management subject, which is there, this subject is actually a coordination and a administration of all the tasks to achieve a goal. What is actually principle means? Principle means basic rules, basic laws which must be followed. See, we have two different kinds of principle. One principle is this one. This principle means law, that means a set of rules which must be followed. And this principle, see the last letters, that principle is actually something different. Principle means the basic set of rules. And this principle which is there, nothing but the principal who is appointed to the college. So whatever it may be, in both these forms of a principle, certain set of rules and laws must be followed. And in a organization, or in any company, or for example, we can take the best example, the college which is there. How the college is being organized, how the college is functioning, one after one, what are the subjects the faculties are actually dealing, how each and everyone is performing their own function, which will be very effective and fruitful for the college as well as for the students. How the appointed people are actually managing their work. That is the subject principles of management. Not only at the college levels, you can also see these principles of management in the companies, in any organizations or any firm. You can see in the hospitals, you can see in the pharma industries, everywhere. Because management is actually a subject which can happen in anywhere, everywhere, where the workers will be effectively working by the guidance of the manager. Another example, the MNC companies will be there. The multinational companies will be there, like Deloitte or Wipro, like that, Genpact. So how the functioning is actually happening, how actually the company is being made to work efficiently and perfectly, it is because they have an important appointed person. He may be the manager, he may be the HR. That means a person who is appointed to look after all the working of the organization. That particular person will be appointed as a HR, human resource. So in the human resource department, the HR will be there and he will follow a certain set of rules, certain principles for the effective management of the organization or the company. And what he will do? What is the work of this HR? He will properly try to plan. He will plan everything. That means how and what the working function of the company must be. To each and every employee, what is the salary and what kind of a salaries they have to give, and every day what and how the company is working, what is the results, what is the output, everything is actually planned properly by this HR. What will be the next meeting, or any, if any project is being given to that particular company by the other companies, how they have to mend it, how they have to follow, and to whom the project must be given. Everything will be decided by the HR. He will properly plan. He will also look after each and every policies which must be properly followed in the companies. And he will also have different kinds of a planning also. He will decide to which candidate, to which team they have to give the respective project. He will be also involved in decision making. And the process of decision making is not so simple when you're working in the company, especially if it is MNC companies. So without proper planning, without proper skills and knowledge, you cannot actually jump into this post of HR or to the post of manager. The manager and the HR or the in charge, all these are the principal people's position in the MNC companies who will be successfully performing their work for the efficient working system in the organization. And once the planning has been amended, the next will be organizing. How the manager is organizing each and every set of his work. That is very, very important. And there are different types of organizing any kind of a programs. So the organization is very, very important. For example, if you are actually having any freshers party, farewell parties like that, we generally see that there will be opening ceremony there. First of all, any kind of a traditional or any kind of a songs will be, dance performance will be performed by the students. Then next, it is the chief guest to be honored on the stage, and then the principal, they will give the speech. Then afterwards, they will be honoring the students who have got good marks in the academia. They will be given certificates. Then again, any kind of a small performance will be there, and slowly the program will be going on. What is happening here? Everything is organized one by one. So without proper planning, you cannot actually go to the second step of organizing. And after organizing, another most important thing is that budgeting. Budget, that means amount or the cash or the price. The financial status of any organization is very, very important. For example, if a company is there, any biscuit manufacturing company is there, any kind of a factory is there, biscuit factory is there, they have to have a budget friendly atmosphere. Then only they can do the business. When that time, the business people or the person who is actually owning this biscuit factory, he is actually investing a lot of money for this machine work and for the labor works, for salaries, everything. And after this, if he is not able to do the sales in the market, then it is a big loss for him. Second thing is that the financial status of that particular factory is also very, very important. If he is insufficient to buy the machines for manufacturing of this biscuits and all, then it will be very difficult. And if we see the example in case of the MNC companies, the financial status of MNC companies is very, very important. Suppose the company wanted to launch any kind of a new product or launch any kind of a new mobile into the market. First of all, they must have proper position in the business world. Second thing is that for launching of that particular mobile in the market or in any kind of a platform, they must be in a position to invest the money, and they have to have also a look on what will be the forecasting. They have to have forecasting. Forecasting means nothing but prediction about future, whether this product will work out or not. that analyzing power also they must have. And here forecasting by the company is very necessary, because sometimes what happens, the company invest a lot of money, and in the market sometimes the product will not meet to the expectations of the customer and it will crash off. It leads to lot of losses. So it is very important that the financial department of a MNC company must properly work out. They also have to give good suggestions to the manager or to the HR. He has to also put lot of information, lot of insights to the manager, so that he will be properly able to decide. That means decision making he can do, then he can go for proper planning, and then he can implement that product into the market. And proper controlling, the fourth thing is proper controlling is very important. See, for example, controlling. What is controlling means? Controlling is nothing but when you are making everything very smooth. Suppose, for example, examination is going on. If everybody is writing sincerely, means it's okay. Sometimes what happens, the students will be not writing the exam, they will trying to copy, they will try to do something else, malpracticing all. If the appointed invigilator, if he is not doing his work sincerely, definitely lot of problems the invigilator will face, because the students will be copying. So malpracticing is also a very big crime. So proper controlling is very necessary everywhere, be in family, a family life, or be in the student's life, or in the MNC companies, or in hospitals, everywhere. So we see generally in the supermarkets also, we will be having some 4 to 5 rows, where we, for this billing section, at the billing section where 4 to 5 rows will be there, we each and every customer will be actually waiting for their billing. If everyone come and everyone club up there and they will go for this billing, it will become very difficult for the public as well as for the billing person. So properly controlling or proper controlling over all these things is also very important. So in this subject, you have 5 different units now. So in the first unit, there is an introduction to management, where you will be learning what is actually the management is, what is its basic concept, why this management is very necessary. Because management is definitely necessary, because for a company, a goal will be there. The company is running for particular goal. What is the, if someone asks you, what is your goal, what is your objective, you will say, I wanted to become doctor or engineer or lawyer, something like that. For that, what you will do, you will learn properly, you will study properly, you will try to reach to that goal. In the same way, for every firm, every organization, an objective or any kind of a goal will be there. So to fulfill that goal alone is not possible. So for a company, if it has to work, means the workers are necessary. And when you are actually coordinating, or when the coordination and administration is done to achieve a goal or to fulfill that task, is called management. And the principles, a set of rules when you are actually following to fulfill your desire, fulfill your goal, is called as principle of or principles of management. Such administration activities include setting the organization strategies, and proper coordination is also very important, and it must be applied. It is applicable definitely. And setting and achieving the goals is the principal way, is the principal aim of a company. And setting and achieving objective is the primary way a manager accomplishes generally. Because in a company, the manager is responsible for every sort of activity. and they must also be able to convey them to their staff also. The manager is actually the mediator who function, who work between the employees and the superior. So in between the superior and the employees, the manager is responsible for each and everything. Whatever is there, everything will be done by the manager. So he must have a proper interaction with his employees. He has to understand the problems, or he has to first of all create a good atmosphere in the company so that the employees or workers will be able to work effectively and efficiently. So for example, a restaurant manager could state they want to improve service times and remind the employees that faster services increases revenue and tips. When a manager is actually there in the restaurant, at that time it's the manager who will be interacting with each and every customers who will be coming to the restaurants, and he will say that this much of time will take for preparing of this particular dish, and you have to wait for this much of time. If not, can we get the next course of meal? Like that, that means he is actually managing that time. He is managing that time. So the manager play principal role in this particular place, or it may be anywhere. It may be any kind of a restaurant, or it may be any hospitals or anywhere. So the manager basically evaluate the type of a work, and they will try to divide the work into some series. So like planning, organizing, then directing, then proper controlling, budgeting, coordination among the employees. All these are actually done by the manager itself. And another most important responsibility, it is not actually the work, the most important responsibility of a manager is motivating the employee or the worker. See, generally, if any person has failed, for example, in an exam, if the other person or his friend is there, or his parents or his madam or sir are there, if he has failed in the exam, little bit of pushing or little bit of encouragement will definitely make the student to learn again, to study again, and he may actually fare good in the next examination. So this thing also happens sometimes in the management department also, where you can see that when suddenly, due to the superior scolding like that, sometimes the superiors who are there, the managing director will be there, they'll be little bit angry with them. So during that time, what will happen, the manager, he has to interact with this with the employee or with the worker, and he has to create a very good working atmosphere, or they have to interact with them, so that he will be able to overcome all these problems, and he will be clear cut with each and every aspect.